Hey everyone, Will here. Got a nice little knife I picked up at the flea market last week. Only $10, and it's nothing really that great. It's a Okapi. Might be saying it wrong. Okapi. What drew me to it was this great oxidation on the wood and nice smooth for being handled over the years. And it got me thinking, a lot of these old-time vintage pieces, it's almost like they're trying to tell a story. They can't talk, but there's a story I think there's a story in this piece. A lot of it's open to interpretation, but let me go over a couple things. First off, like I said, the wood's pretty worn. It's been well handled over the years. It leads me to think that somebody carried this a long time. It's been sharpened a few times. You can tell by the wear on the blade, how it dips down. But somebody, when they sharpened it, they didn't go crazy on it with like a take off a lot of metal. They were careful when they sharpened it. Also, from the looks of it, see how dark up around the pin here? To me, that's normally a sign of oil seeping into the wood. So I think they kept it well oiled. Put a few drops here where it pivots. You can even take it a step further and say, well, who was this person? Well, I think 9 times out of 10, if it's a knife, it's probably a man that owned it. And may be taking it a little bit even further by saying the design is kind of not an ordinary design, not a typical American knife like you would see. So I'm thinking maybe the person that owned it immigrated to the country. Got the crescent moons and the stars on that side. And then makes you wonder what happened to them. I mean, they started making this knife in 1908. From the oxidation on the wood, that's at least, I would say, it takes a long time for wood to look like that. At least 80 years, I would say. And then I found it at a flea market for $10. So probably the person that had it for many years died, and just as everything does, ended up at the flea market sooner or later. And now it's I own it. I'll clean it up a little bit, nothing crazy. I think I'll hold on to it. Who knows, maybe somebody will be making a video of it 50 years from now. That'd be funny. But who knows? Tell me what you think. Like I said, I think it was a man that owned it, but it could have very well been a woman too. My grandmother. One thing I remember about my grandmother, she died when I was fairly young. She always had an apron on, and in one of the pockets of her apron she kept a cheap Barlow knife, and she used that for cutting flowers and opening mail, but she always had that little Barlow knife in her pocket and carried it around. So, like I said, a lot of this stuff is open to interpretation. But that's what I think. Tell me what you think. This could be interesting. Till next time, this is Will, your Tale Survivalist, and we'll talk again soon.